Hello everyone. We have Kaavya today, one of the dancers, one of the emerging artists for Bharatanjali. And Kaavya, how are you doing
I'm
today?
doing great today. How about you?
I'm good, I'm good. Perfect. So we're going to ask her a few questions and because we want to know about her journey. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Perfect. So the first question is, what inspired you to learn Bharatanatyam?
I think I started Bharatanatyam at a young age, so there wasn't a lot of inspiration yet. But going forward, a lot of things came together, like the community as well. The people I work with really encouraged me to stay in Bharatanatyam and inspired me to do better throughout the years. So I think
Nice.
that's one thing.
That's perfect. That's wonderful to hear that from you. Okay. The next question would be, how old were you when you started Bharatanatyam? And do you remember your first class?
I think I was 6.
You're six.
I was 6,
Oh.
and our usual Bharatanatyam attire is like black leggings and a kurta as well. But I didn't know that at the age, and I wore jeans and I wore t-shirts, so I wasn't used to the environment until. And then Sudhni auntie told me like, "Hey, next time, just like this is the uniform we wear." And I got a nice new kurta, like black leggings, and I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And then throughout the journey, I met other people like Tanvi, who I dance with today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's wonderful, right? The first class is always
yeah,
always something you remember, and then you learn on the way.
yeah.
Perfect. And now because you're preparing for Bharatanatyali, I'm sure you must be having like long rehearsal sessions. So how do you prepare for them?
I think moreover than like physical preparation, it's more mental preparation because now we've come to the point where we know most of the choreography.
Mm-hmm.
It's come to the point where it's all mental and it's kind of a mental game where you figure out like, hey, this is where I need to bring more energy up. Since it gets tiring, you need to find ways to get that energy back up or not.
Right.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's a good approach. Yes, perfect. So while you were preparing for Bharatanatyali, what was the most like difficult or the challenging part for you?
I think it was getting into the zone of
Yeah.
dancing and getting ready because we as a group of friends and as a group of dancers, there were moments where we kind of goofed off and we kind of laughed a bit too much. And then we weren't able to come back into that zone very quickly.
Right.
That we had to be prepared as dancers. We have a performance coming.
Yeah.
And once we kind of got the gist that, oh, our performance is happening, Bharatanjali is very, very close. It's just getting into that zone takes some time.
Mm-hmm.
And staying in that zone, once you're in it, just changes the whole environment when you do the dance and the rehearsals as
Nice, nice. That's a good approach. Yeah. And what is the item or the dance piece you're the most nervous about performing?
Tilana. It's the
Lana.
last piece.
It's the last. It
It's the
takes so much of energy,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Like you want to end off with a really nice
Yeah.
bang. It's just really scary to just. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I know it's gonna end up well. I've got 6 other dancers
Yeah.
taking care of the whole performance as well. So
Yeah.
I hope like everybody enjoys.
Yeah.
I think it's the most scary, but it's also the most fun. Like I'm smiling throughout it. I'm really excited to dance it because I know that so many people have enjoyed the show so far. So they'll enjoy this last piece as well.
Perfect.
At the end for a reason.
Love a good Talana. So of course. Did you have? You were saying you have friends. They're all your friends. So tell me about a blooper or a fun incident that happened, which you remember.
A funny instance that happened. I think we recently when we went Bengal shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I think genuinely every single moment we have together, if we're allowed to talk to each other and we're allowed to goof off,
Like the funny,
yeah,
yes.
it just turns into a really funny moment. I can't think of one in particular. But yeah, I'd say like every single moment, if you catch us, we're always laughing and our moms are in the corner just looking at us disappointed.
Oh my God, what is happening with them? Perfect. Yes. And how do you manage your school? Which grade are you in right now?
I'm in grade 11.
Oh
going
wow,
to 12.
grade 11.
Oh.
That's huge. So how do you manage school, dance, homework, exams?
I think it's remembering that the pieces aren't very long, apart from Varnam, and that you can always take that time to practice, and you just gain something through every single time. I remember reading it once is that the only difference between an experienced dancer is how many times they've danced more than you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just taking that small 5 minutes to maybe practice like a little Ganesh Kriti or something along the lines of that. It's just a small piece that you can do, and anything helps and anything will let you improve.
That's true. That's true. That's a good insight. Um, and tell me something which you have learned throughout this journey as a dancer, right from the age of 6 up until now.
I think when you're connected to the dance piece, it feels very different.
Mhm.
Like I remember doing Jyotiswaram as a kid. It's like, oh, I have to memorize the moves. Oh, my hands have to be straight. Oh, this is where I always fail. I have to practice this a lot. And now when it comes to Bharatanjali, I remember that I'm more connected to dance because I know the story behind it. I just want to become one with it at one point, like with our Krishna piece. There's so many different stories. I remember one part where I represent Sita, so I asked my mom, like, what was the story? Who was Sita? What should she do? And how can I represent her well? I wanted to do justice to what we're telling, and I wanted people to feel the same way as I felt about Sita, and I wanted to know how I can express her properly throughout the show.
So you're more curious now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I really want to know what's going on.
Perfect. So let's talk about a little bit of looking forward. Okay. So where do you see yourself as a dancer?
I see myself growing as a dancer. Like I know I've come so far, and I know that I've gained so much, but there's just so much more to Bharatanatyam. It's so thorough about everything that even though I feel like I know a lot, there's just so much more to go, and I just really want to learn more about it. Especially, I think the more science-based part of it. I'm really interested when Sunandi tells us things like that. There's a lot of mythology that comes with it, but there's things that she talks about, like Bharatanatyam always being in triangles, and you see it a lot.
Yes.
And then there's so many other connections you can make that I just want to learn more about it, and the dance itself.
Yeah.
And like there's stories behind each hasta as well. Like if you do if you change your hasta even slightly, it can have a different meaning. So I just want to know more about the little things about Bharatanatyam.
Perfect. That's really, really encouraging for us to know as a dance community, the emerging artists, wanting to learn more. And how do you think that your journey of like doing Bharatanjali, because you're doing about 8 pieces, correct? How do you think that your journey is going to reflect on your life moving forward?
I think Bharatanatyam teaches you a lot about discipline, because you have to stay thorough throughout every single piece. You can't let the smile drop. You can't let your technique drop. And it's taught me that I need to stay disciplined throughout my life. That it's just a little bit more, and that's kind of my motto throughout the show, that it's just a little bit more, it's just a little bit more. And it's always worth it at the end, because the relief you get and like seeing everybody's or hearing the applause just makes you feel so proud of yourself that I can just push myself a little harder every single time. The discipline that it comes with is crazy.
That's just the cumulative discipline. That's perfect. Okay, so some rapid fire questions. These are the fun ones. What's your go-to post-rehearsal snack?
It's the Costco granola bars.
Oh my god,
they're so good. I like the big box. I'm so excited to finish it.
The big box, yeah. Do you have a favorite costume color?
Purple.
Purple. Love that color. Yes. One word your friends would describe your dancing.
I would say charismatic.
Charismatic.
Hopefully.
Lovely. Okay. What's harder, math test or Bharatanjali?
Math test.
Math test. Finish the sentence. Bharatanatyam makes me feel
awesome.
Thank you so much, Kaavya. Thank you all.